Hey guys, welcome to BS with Ben Stacy, pilot episode. I am your host Ben Stacy. Now, the point of these videos is to uh, I'm a stand-up comedian in Charlotte, but comedian is probably a loose term. I like to think of myself more as a bullshit philosopher, which means I don't really hold a lot of beliefs. So, any topics that I think about or am I asked about, I just, kind of bullshit my way through. So, I've set up a little questionnaire, and I want people to know that these don't take any of this seriously. These are just opinions, and don't take them as the gospel of Ben Stacy. So, yeah, man, here in the middle of this COVID-19 quarantine situation. Not completely isolated, fortunately. I'm still able to go to my job on a regular basis, make that cheddar, and still stay like socially active. But I'm a distance. So I am taking this seriously, as should everyone else, and I hope everyone is safe and doing well. That's all. But you know, so I just because a lot of things have been shutting down, I've decided to do this sort of as my creative outlet. I think it's a good way for me to do some writing in a sense, and kind of want to reach out to the world. Hey world, what's up? How you good? How's your mother? How's your mother? Seriously. Anyway, um. So I set up like a little question thing on Facebook, and I wanted to give people an opportunity to let me kind of voice, kind of like ask me what I think about some things. Sounds very like self-serving, but like I said, it's more for like a writing exercise overall. Some of the subjects I've gotten are pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Some of them are just off the wall, which, hey, I got nothing against. But I've gotten 5 subjects. I'm only going to get to 3 today because 2 of them are going to take a little while longer for me to explain my views on because it's just too complicated. So I just want everyone to know that I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you, and I want to get to what you want to discuss. But some of y'all are gonna have to be patient about it. So I'm gonna get started with the 3 I've got, starting with the one I know the least about. Yeah, let's go with that. And that is one Brandon Stevens, who is a fellow stand-up comedian, very nice guy. A bit nervous when approaching him, but he's a nice guy, funny dude. He's a funny dude because he brings that like nervous energy onto the stage, and it makes for good humor actually. Some people that's just how their delivery goes. Most people could just be like so confident. I have moments where I'm a little nervous, but anyway, Brandon's a good dude, but he likes to throw me curveballs. Yeah, Brandon, you asked me what my thoughts are on quantum physics. Quantum physics. A subject I have no fucking clue about, man. I have no clue what the hell what quantum physics involves, man. The best I can really do is, it's usually used in like the time travel movies, which I like those. Like Back to the Future, they use quantum physics. The show Quantum Leap, where he jumps dimension to dimension. A shout out to my Uncle Chris, who was on an episode playing an outlaw. Like, and quantum physics, I have no idea, man. I never really delved into that subject. I can talk a bit about astrophysics. I can talk about regular physics, but quantum physics, man. To me, quantum physics, quantum physics. You know what? Shout out to Donovan Reed, coworker of mine, who pointed this out to me. He said, I liked his take on it. He was like, quantum physics is like listening to a guitar player along the lines of like, and I'm just kind of freebasing off, not freebasing, but freestyling off of what he said. But it's kind of like listening to like Johnny Cash play guitar, and that's regular physics. You know, you got the doom chicka doom chicka doom chicka doom. Yeah, that's like regular physics. And then you have like the Keith Richards, which would be astrophysics, which is a little out there, out of this world. But then you got Jimi Hendrix. You got a guy like Hendrix, and he's playing on that level, man. That just out of this realm level. Not even out of this world. Out of this fucking realm level. That's the best way I could think of to talk about quantum physics. If you know more on the subject, send me some shit. Send me some articles or something. I wouldn't mind giving it a read. You know, I'm fairly open-minded about this type of stuff. Yeah. So thank you, Brandon. Thank you for that one, quantum physics. I'm going to move on to the next one from my friend Christine McLennan. Christine McLennan. God damn, I cannot say enough nice things about her. Mainly because she is an excellent performer. She's funny. She's musically talented, and she's just one of the most creative people I know. If you ever get a chance to see her live, go see it. It is some of the best off the wall humor you will see. But Christine sent me this like weird online pamphlet called "How to Pray." I didn't know that needed. I didn't even know that needed like explaining. Like who the hell is asking? Excuse me, Father. How do I pray? How do I? I thought it was just something people did. You know, I'm not a praying man myself. Kind of distance myself from the church. I have some weird beliefs about that. We can probably get into that another day. But for the most part, I used to pray, you know? I used to pray. I didn't think anything of it, but like the instructions were like, find something to pray about. Consult someone about whether you should pray about this or not. And that's kind of why I just stopped reading, because it was just like, all right, these people are just out of their minds. How to pray. I'll tell you how to pray. Just get on your knees. Say, yo, God, what's up? And, you know, give your thanks, or, you know, ask him for guidance, or you know, it. I actually refer to God as it, because we just have no idea. I'm fairly agnostic in that sense. Might be something, might not be. And anyone who tells me I'm wishy-washy can go fuck themselves. So, yeah. Ask for something, pray something. And when I hear about prayer, like every time I prayed, it was like for something I wanted, you know. It was I was a selfish prayer, you know. But not a groveler, but just selfish. You know, I asked for stuff for me specifically, like win the lottery, get that girl I wanted. But you know, I realized that what I was basically doing was just asking them a favor. And a general rule in my life is don't ask favors from someone who can't give you a straight answer. Yes or no. I don't want to hear this mysterious ways stuff, because I like straightforwardness, you know. But I want to thank Christine for the how to pray instructions. And so shout out to her again. If you get a chance to see her, go. It's always a good time. But my final subject, because I'm going to have to wrap this up here in a few minutes, is from Lurie. Lurie is another stand-up comedian in the Charlotte comedy scene. He's a good dude, one of the most kind-hearted people I know. Just a total sweetheart. And again, you get a chance to see him. He's a good one-liner comedian. But he's a Californian, and I'm a southern man, hillbilly anarchist, hashtag, whatever. And he asked me, well, like LSD versus mushrooms. Well, Glenn, I am here to tell you today, not a drug user that much anymore, but back in my main days, I would say LSD. Mainly because I've just done it more. I've done it more with mushrooms. Like, every time I've done mushrooms, I mean, it was nice. It was like a nice vibration in my body, and I was seeing all sorts of patterns, and I was just feeling so good on it. But LSD, bro, let me tell you, I've had some excellent experiences, some life-changing experiences on LSD. You're gonna take a drive on that Lakeshore Drive. You know what I mean? Lucy, I'm gonna pet. Hey, Lucy, I see you over there. Cat. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Yeah, LSD. I've always had better trips on them. Even like, I'll tell you something that not a lot of people say. I am a person who prefers a bad trip. I really am. Because like a good trip, I feel better about the world around me. I feel good about that. But a bad trip, bro, I learned something about myself along the way. I remember one night I had a bad trip. Okay, I've only had two in my life, but this one was one for the books. I was out on my porch, just staring off into space. Just meditating on the world, and then the trees and starting to look at me funny. This one tree, this pine tree, was starting to form like 5 demon werewolf heads, and I was just like, "That's the devil. That is literally the devil right there." And they just staring into my soul, and I looked away. I was like looking down, but then I was just like, man, it's just your brain on drugs. You tell the devil who's boss, you stare him down. You stare him the fuck down. And so I did. I was just having a staring contest with a tree. That looked like the devil to me, man. And it was all good. I felt like I had conquered a fear, for the first time in my life. And then a UFO flew solo over my house. Like, it had these neon colors that I had never seen before, like a bright pink, like these Miami type colors, bright pink, green, blue, that type of stuff, and these turbine engines in the wings that I had never seen before in my life. Just and it turned out, I mean, it was an airplane. I live near the Concord Regional Airport, but yeah, I decided to go back inside. I realized that day, I'm ready for the rapture. You can bring that shit on anytime soon, but I'm not quite ready for the visitors just yet. It's going to be an interesting time in our world, but yeah, Glenn, I'm going to go with LSD on this one. Maybe down the road, mushrooms, if I can get a hold of some. Hush, hush. And, I appreciate you reaching out, asking the difficult questions that are out there. Appreciate Christine McLennan, Brandon Stevens, and Glenn Lurie for reaching out, sending me topics to talk about. I didn't get to everything. I got 2 more. I'm going to be posting these videos. One from Christina Jarman, a friend of mine, and my sister, Madeline, Stacy's. And it's on capitalism. That's going to be a whole video on itself. And another one from my good friend, Sammy Burnett, who I haven't seen in a while, and I hope she's doing well. And she asked me about Darwinism. Again, that is going to be another video I will share for another day. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys very much. This is the Hillbilly Anarchist, Ben Stacy, signing off. Much love to you.